Wednesday night. Happy craft night. I'm Melissa Thomas from C2C Stamping, and I'm here with an alternative project from the January special delivery box. So the January paper pumpkin was super cute. My paper pumpkin subscribers will get the ingredients to make this card in the mail, so be on the lookout for a little bit of happy mail from me. This is a beautiful kit. I'm actually using it for a Valentine's fundraiser that we have next week, or this week actually. So I'm only going to use the stamps from here. And that's actually going to be what I'll do for most of my alternatives, unless there's a bunch of like extra product. But I really feel like they've been running tight. Like they've been running it so that maybe there's an extra label piece or something. But, and I don't love to tear apart the boxes themselves or like the projects themselves. I really like the way Stampin' Up! Designs them. So my goal will be to show you how to take the stamps that you get in your paper pumpkin and use them with other product to make really pretty cards. So I hope you like this. This is what we're gonna make. So I'm probably gonna zoom in a little bit. All right, so this is what we're gonna make. So really pretty, definitely a different color tone. We're gonna use the blue and we're gonna decorate inside and outside, and I'm gonna show you how to put together this really fun card. So this is a card that I think anybody would be jazzed to get for Valentine's Day. And it uses a little bit of the Hues of Blue designer series paper that is still available, I think, for the product of the month. So still an option. And this is a brand new Balmy Blue gingham ribbon. It's a 1/4 inch and it's really fun and it goes with the paper really great. There are only 2 colors in this designer series paper. It's a product of the month and it's Balmy Blue and Night of Navy. So that's all we're gonna do. And then we're just gonna stamp on there. So we're gonna make a gatefold card. So you have your regular card base, but you're gonna score at 2 1/8 on either side. So you're gonna score at 2 1/8 on the left, and then you're gonna score at 2 1/8 on the right. And then we're going to take this sheet of the Hues of Blue. I like it because we can stamp on top of it. Like it's a pretty small, delicate pattern, so you can stamp on DSP, but it's easier to do when you have a smaller pattern. So we're going to take a 2 1/8 inch panel. We're going to cut it down to 2 5-inch ones, 5.5 inch, sorry. All right. And then we're going to use this to the point punch. And I think I've got, a scrap piece of white here. Great. Okay. I'm going to get a little mini grid paper in here. So in order to make a gatefold card work, you really have to burnish the edges, your folds, your creases with your bone folder. This is really important to get it to lay flat and to fold and do the things you want it to do. Okay, we're gonna stamp on our DSP first, and I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna see if anybody's watching. Good, I just wanted to, oh, no, that is not what I wanted to do. Well, darn. All right, let's go back to the channel. I can just see live comments if you guys are with me. So there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, now I can see us. All right, we need Night of Navy ink. So we're going to stamp the really pretty rose on here. This is a really pretty image. When you're stamping on DSP, some people will rotate their images, but I think with this rose, I'm not going to. It's a very nice rose, but it's pretty directional. So I'm actually just going to keep it in this same direction, but I'm going to kind of like alternate how I stamp it, if that makes sense, so that it's not super like in a row, which is easy to see on this paper because it has little lines kind of running up and down. So I'll kind of go more to the left, more to the middle, more to the right, and kind of move it all around. Okay, good. All right, so our 2 panels are stamped. And then we're gonna stamp the card panels. So this panel, we don't wanna stamp the inside and we don't wanna stamp the back. So we're gonna stamp the postmark stamp. And we're just going to, again, I'm not rotating it. I'm just gonna change its like left-right orientation, which I didn't change it there, so that was terrible. All right. Sure, that's good. Okay, so that's gonna get stamped, and then we're gonna stamp the inside of this side. So we're gonna kind of alternate. Will be stamped, this will be stamped, this will have DSP, this will have DSP. Uh-oh, yep, see? Good thing there will be DSP there. All right, so I'm going to take my piece of grid paper and I'm just gonna line it up here so that when I'm stamping this, I stamp right on top of it so that I don't, stamp the area beneath it. Okay, so card base stamped, DSP panel stamped. All right, so now we're gonna stamp they're both a little crazy. We're gonna stamp our little label and we're gonna stamp a couple of images on here in Balmy Blue. Balmy Blue is actually a really light ink, so it's actually kind of hard to see. But that means that we can kind of layer some stamps on here, which is nice. We're gonna stamp this in the Night of Navy. And then I double mounted this, which was probably a pretty treacherous thing to do. I'm gonna take that off because that's actually, I do want this straight-ish. There we go, Happy Valentine's. Which is funny because I say Happy Valentine's, not Happy Valentine's Day. And so I'm kind of glad the stamp says that. All right, and then we're gonna stamp the Just For You sentiment on the inside. I really like the font. It wasn't inked up well, I could see, at least I could see that. I love this font. I actually like all the font in this set. I love all the little images. And then I think there's one more stamp I didn't use, just one. Oh, the You Brighten My Day, which is a super cute stamp, very useful. It would be great on all sorts of cards. But sometimes when you have small sentiments, you don't know what to do with them because they're so small. But I think hopefully this shows you that you can layer a whole bunch of them together in different colors and you can create like a larger label piece. So all right, let's glue these panels down. I do really love this Husa blue paper. It has really charmed me, I will say that. So on this inside panel, you just want to make sure that you don't go over the fold, or else it won't fold back. Now, what that might mean is, see, it looks like I didn't cut this well. This looks like I might not have cut it well either. See? I was a little bit over on all of them, but this is why we have scissors. Not a problem. We can trim that right up. Someone the other day got out their trimmer to do this, and I was like, oh, scissors for me is so much easier because I just follow the guide of the cardstock. So only every once in a while do I actually cut the cardstock. All right, let's close our ink pad because I could see myself sticking my hand in that. Okay, so now 1, 2, perfect. That's awesome. And then we're gonna put this here and we're gonna tie the ribbon, but I'm gonna tie the ribbon first. And then with this one, I actually wanted the ribbon to stay pretty locked in, so I taped this panel down. You could create, you could put some dimensionals on this half and create kind of a channel for them to go through. That way the ribbon would move a little bit more. With this one, it's a little more locked down because I glued it flat. It's up to you as to what you want to do. I wanted it a little more stuck. And this is a pretty slippery ribbon from what I can tell, so, which is nice, but okay. All right, so we're gonna tie. So what I did is I tied mine and then I moved it and then I glued everything together. Ooh. Okay, so when you think you've got it kind of centered and lined up the way you want it, then you can put some adhesive on the back left of your piece. There we go. So I'm just gonna kind of rub that in there. And then we can decorate the envelope too. So these are all very cute, kind of postmarky looking images. I've actually stamped, and so I'll just consider this like a stamp off on here, which is super cute. And then I'll probably use the blue, the balmy blue, and I'll do like another one. And then of course we're gonna stamp the airmail one because that's super cute. And then I might stamp, I don't know if I want to stamp the sending, I think I want to stamp the sending love one because it's cute. Now, where does it go though? I think it's gonna go here. Cute. Yeah. So just a little bit of decoration on the envelope. There we go. Pretty card. So I hope this is helpful, just to show you ways that you can use your Paper Pumpkin stamps outside of the Paper Pumpkin kit. I think sometimes we get stuck and we only see, you know, the color scheme that's in front of us or how it's presented or the samples in the catalog. And I just want to show you that you can take the same principles and you can apply them across multiple cards. So this weekend we had the virtual card retreat and we did some stamping on DSP. We did a gatefold card. I was like, yes, you know, I could totally take the Paper Pumpkin stamps and this True Blue paper and have, or Hues of Blue. I keep forgetting what it's called. Sorry. I'm going to look it up so I can give you the real answer. True Blue. Ha! I was right. So I thought this would be a fun sample to show you. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I posted my review of the virtual card retreat on my Facebook page, but I'm actually going to post it here as well. So you can hear a little bit more about the virtual card retreat and how that went and see the samples. So I'll post that soon, but thanks so much. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all. Make sure you're subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. These sample cards can be sent to you too. So you need to be subscribed with me to get this card in the mail. And I'll send you the packet and you can make the card. All right. Thanks so much. Bye, y'all.